Tonight is all about celebrating you, our wonderful community of supporters. We will also hear from our dedicated staff and sponsors, and there will be a live virtual auction. And speaking of auctions, the silent auction, the bids are open right now and they are pouring in. Good evening and thank you for joining us. My name is Reba Hollingsworth. Welcome to the Red Shoe Rendezvous 2020 Virtual Edition. I will be your mistress of ceremonies and I will walk you through this very dynamic program. And our virtual sponsor tonight is the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU. Now we have a couple of etiquette reminders for you is to make sure you stay muted throughout the entire presentation. Also, there is the chat feature there where you can talk with the other participants, but most of all, just have fun. Tonight is all about celebrating you, our wonderful community of supporters. We will also hear from our dedicated staff and sponsors, and there will be a live virtual auction. And speaking of auctions, the silent auction, the bids are open right now and they are pouring in. At any point during this presentation, if you feel compelled to give, you can text RSR to 76278. Now that we have the housekeeping out of the way, I want to turn the event over to the Gala chair, Sue Durlack, to start the party. Take it away, Sue.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm so excited. My name is Sue Durlack. I am the Red Shoe Rendezvous Event Gala chair. It has been an honor and privilege to have created and participated in this event over the last 33 years. So you can only imagine how near and dear this organization is to me. The Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond is celebrating 40 years, yes, 40 years of supporting families whose child is receiving medical treatment in the Richmond region. Your support directly impacts the families served. I cannot thank you enough, little love, in the support that you have shown. A special thank you to our top sponsors, Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU, the Martin Brower Company, McDonald's Owner-Operators Richmond Co-op, QSR Soft, Rainey Randall Investment Management, Max Construction, and Reynolds Development. Now I realize everyone would rather be in a venue, sampling Richmond's finest dishes, socializing with friends, and having a cocktail or two. While this year's gala certainly looks different, the mission is the same. Okay, so you ready? Get rid of your COVID attire, put on your cocktail attire, grab your favorite beverage. Tonight is all about celebrating this amazing organization and the wonderful people who are passionate about supporting it, which is you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. I look forward to seeing everyone in person next year. Enjoy the show.
That was great. Thank you so much for bringing so much fun and energy to the Red Shoe Rendezvous. We are so blessed to have you. I hope all of you out there are having a great time so far. Let's keep the party going. Our virtual sponsor, the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU, is an essential partner for Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond. Both walk hand in hand to make sure families with children in the hospital have the support they need. Here is CEO Elias Nuger with this important message.
Hi, I'm Elias Nuger, the CEO at the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU, and a huge fan of the great team at the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Though we miss being with you in person, we're excited to be a part of this virtual event together this evening to raise precious dollars to support the great team at the Ronald McDonald House Charities. The Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU is proud to be a virtual sponsor of the Red Shoe Rendezvous, and I know the event's going to be a smashing success. So I want to say thanks to Carrie and the great team at the Ronald McDonald House Charities for all they do to support our teams and our families in this community. You're bringing so much good to so many. And your gifts this evening will go a long way toward ensuring that more of that good happens. So please be well, stay strong, stay healthy, and stay hopeful. All the best.
Wow, he is so right. This will be a smashing success. Thank you so much for the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU for making all of this happen tonight. Right now, it is my pleasure to introduce Carrie Bloomberg, the Executive Director of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond. She is the captain of this ship, and she is so excited to share our mission with you.
Thanks, Reba. I'm so glad to see so many friendly, smiling faces tonight. I'm Carrie Bloomberg, Executive Director of Ronald McDonald House Charities. My job is the best, and it's even better on nights like tonight when I get to see so many friendly, smiling faces. It's good to be together, even though we're not in the same room. 2020 has been a doozy, and I certainly wish we were celebrating in person with good food and good drinks, but hopefully you have those on tap at home, and we can still celebrate tonight in the spirit of Red Shoe Rendezvous. Tonight you're going to learn how we've been able to shift and pivot and use that as our battle cry during this crazy time of 2020. Our programs have had to be reimagined to deliver our vital services in new and improved and different ways. For example, our Lunches with Love program, where we deliver 160 lunches every week right into hospital walls, has had to be reimagined. We miss our volunteers who are used to coming into our kitchen and packing up these delicious lunches to be taken right to the front lines. Our volunteers have stayed true and loyal to us by bringing us ingredients so that our staff can pack and deliver those lunches in person, even though we can't be together. During this time, we've served over 1,300 lunches to families inside hospital walls and inside of our house. Speaking of our house, we've had to make some transitions and shift and pivot there as well. Our doors have never been closed to families, and some houses during this time have had to temporarily shutter. We never want to say no to a family who needs our support, and our community has made sure we've been able to deliver on that promise. During the pandemic, when we weren't able to accept new families into our house, we provided more than 144 hotel nights to make sure families were able to stay close to their loved ones during medical treatment or hospitalization. The focus has always been on the safety of our staff, supporters, and the families that we serve. Fundraising has also looked completely different. Our first foray into a virtual gala or event was on our 40th birthday earlier this April with our annual celebration. It's so good to see so many of you who were with us on that night here with us again tonight. And innovation has been key as we've looked for new ways to raise funds during this time. Tonight is no different as we're seeing Red Shoe Rendezvous come together in a new and different way. This event raises close to 30% of our operating budget each year, and so your support here tonight is extremely important to make sure that we never skip a step as we deliver vital support to families in need. Right now, I'm going to introduce you to a very special family, the Quillans. The Quillans were able to use our services here in Richmond when they had an unexpected medical emergency pop up. This event was long and required lots of help from medical experts across the country. And each step of the way, RMHC was there to lend a helping hand. I hope you'll be inspired by Laura and her family. She's a wonderful and inspirational young woman. In fact, you can see her art in our silent auction and learn more in this coming video about how RMHC impacted their family's life and ability to stay together when times were tough.
With every picture, it's a labor of love. Volunteers making blankets for the smallest patients, and leading this love mission is someone who's been there.
It's good to know that I'm able to, help other kids in that situation, because it's scary and it's lonely, and knowing that they'll have something to make, their room a little bit brighter and homier is really nice. It's a good feeling.
Life is coming full circle for 16-year-old Laura Quillen. The Hanover teen donated love blankets to the Ronald McDonald House of Richmond, the same organization that showed her love and comfort.
I knew what they were, but I don't think I realized the extent of what they do and how much their services reach out into the community.
Laura's journey began in 2018, but in 2019, her mystery illness got more intense.
Amplified musculoskeletal pain syndrome. So I basically woke up in a lot of pain, and then those pain signals became amplified and kind of got stuck in a cycle.
It's a condition where a gentle touch causes excruciating pain.
I would feel wind and I would want to cry, and I had trouble getting dressed because clothes felt like sandpaper.
Touching her hurt her, and that just hurt me to know that I couldn't hug my child.
Laura's condition escalated to seizure-like activity and blackouts. Spending days in the hospital at VCU Medical Center and St. Mary's, Laura's mom not leaving her side.
It was just so scary not knowing really, what's happening to my child? You know, as a mom, like it's emergency after emergency, so you forget to take care of yourself.
Laura's mom remembers the Ronald McDonald House cart at the hospital filled with snacks. She also remembers her need for a simple toothbrush.
I know that seems silly, but like to feel like a human being again and be able to brush your teeth, and they brought me some deodorant and some, you know, shampoo and conditioner, and I took a shower. Like that gives you the strength to be there for your child again.
Even though Laura was diagnosed in Richmond, there wasn't a program to treat her complex illness. Laura, now in a wheelchair, will travel with her mom to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia for an intense program.
But when you take a 7-week leave of absence from work unpaid, because of course, Laura had been so sick beforehand, I'd used every single sick day I had. And so, you know, taking an unpaid leave, and hotels, you know, are extremely expensive. And then the thought of all the food is extremely expensive. We had known about the Ronald McDonald House in Richmond. And with the cart coming to see us, and we knew what they did. So I sought the Ronald McDonald House out.
After a stressful and costly week at a hotel, Laura and her mom finally got a room at the Ronald McDonald House of Philadelphia. It became Laura's safe space.
And it was just such a relief to have somewhere where I could go and I could lay down or just sit in the bath. And I think the most relieving thing was that I could cry.
You know, they serve us dinner every night, and there's food you can get for breakfast.
And adding to the comfort,
They had therapy dogs that would come every so often, and I would go, and like that was such a great experience because I miss my dog.
and that's where Laura's love for animals and art collided.
I actually didn't really get into watercolor until I was at the Ronald McDonald House because I was just itching to create.
Laura's creations have led to the opening of her own Etsy store, and a custom pet portrait is featured during the Red Shoe Rendezvous silent auction.
It's an honor in my head. Like I'm just the 16-year-old at a desk, you know, painting stuff because I like it.
Laura is back in school. She's learning day by day how to live with her pain. Through it all, giving back is how she chooses to live her life.
It really does amaze me. She's looking for the good.
No other way to do it.
Oh my goodness, I love a live auction. That was so good, so much fun. And thank you, we appreciate your participation in the virtual live auction. Wait a minute, who's calling me right now? What? You're here? You've got to be kidding me. Guess what, everybody? We have a special guest.
Hello everyone, it's your favorite Chief Happiness Officer, Ronald McDonald here. Wow, this has been amazing. Are you all having as much fun as I am tonight? Along with the entire staff of Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your generosity this evening. Your gifts make it possible for Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond to serve more families, and for that, we're all so grateful. I also want to take a moment to thank all the amazing donors and sponsors that made this night possible. Thank you for your continued support. And to all of you who attended this virtual gala, thank you. The Ronald McDonald House Charities of Richmond wouldn't be able to accomplish what they can without all of your support. This has been an incredible evening, and I'm so thrilled I was able to be here to celebrate. I'm sending you lots of smiles and tons of love. And now, back to you, Reba.
All right, I am sad to say this is the end. I have had so much fun being with you tonight. We cannot wait to celebrate with you in person soon. We miss you. Remember to visit the live and silent auction items. The live auction items will close at 8:15 p.m. this evening. I want to say thank you again to our virtual sponsor, the Children's Hospital of Richmond at VCU, and a huge thank you to our supporters and our donors. You mean so much to us. Have a great night and cheers.
Thanks everyone for coming tonight to this virtual gala. Hope you all had a great time.
It was great seeing you, and we can't wait to see you in person next year.
Cheers!